Alright, this is a how do they feel about you? Do they like you? Type of reading. I don't know how I'm gonna word this, but I'll figure out something when I post this. It'll be fantastic. You'll click on it. It'll be great. But anyway, so let's start off with the numbers that I channeled for this reading. Um, I got June 2nd of 2019. So this was right around the time of like the pandemic for some people. So you might have met this person like in the midst of like grocery shopping or something or panic. Um so always fun. Um so there's an owl crown and a sun that is um also symbolized in this reading. I'm not sure if it was sunny when you met this person or there was like a crown involved or, an owl of some kind. Or there was like some kind of cooperation or goals and success at work that you had to meet before you could go home. Also, there's two yes questions here. Also, an adventure, a relationship, and people. There's also wisdom, secrets, willpower, control, happiness, simple joys. My cat's going batty. So this could have been a game of skill. He's going after one of his toys. Anyway, so could have been work related. It could have been like almost like a scavenger hunt or kind of a search for items or supplies. Um, so our first card is going to be the Empress. The Empress, problem, pregnancy, smothering, unwanted pregnancy, clinginess, emptiness, results which you did not ask for, noisiness, nosiness, dependence, and unsupportive female friends. So there's there's a lot going on at this point in time. You might have been pregnant, somebody that you're with could have been pregnant, or somebody in your group could have been pregnant. So depending if it's family or friend. But there's a lot of different things going on here. And there's a second part to this as well. So if this doesn't resonate, there's a second part. So there's a medical procedure that you needed that would be performed around this time. Something that is troubling you that would be quickly removed from your life. Might have been a abortion. So some people might have had a baby, and some people might have had an abortion. There's a lot of debate on both, so I'm not really gonna say too much on that. But if that did happen, you're actually kind of making your own karmic cycle with that, because you're taking away a potential that could have helped the world. But babies do choose you. It's not like, oh, it's an accidental pregnancy. Babies in the astral realm do choose their parents. Usually it's about when you're 20, 21 years old, your babies have already chosen who they want to be born to. It could take a while, it might take many years in order to have children, but most of the time, the spirit of your unborn child is floating around you. So, if you want to be a parent, your baby has already chosen you. So, depending on where you stand with the debate. As far as I'm concerned, you're taking away a potential, but that potential could go into something very different. And you will encounter somebody who has the personality of your unborn child, probably a close friend. uh, it's a slap in the face, isn't it? But anyway, we have the next card, which is the Nine of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse is lack of deeper connection, superficial relationship, inner work needed. So you're probably not in the greatest mental stats around what happened with all this, but it depends. Like sometimes people in your family or your friends could have a lot of influence in your life because you value their opinion. And other times it just could be a lot of noise, which could be annoying you, and it could be playing into your own insecurities that you're not good enough as a person, which isn't true. It's just that some people aren't ready to have kids, and some people are, and some people, it's, they have too much on their plate. So I get it, you have to be ready to have kids. You don't want to have, like, the millennial generation again, with the baby boomers. Yeah, I'm kind of an X generation, so the X generation kind of was independent, and then like they were mixed with the millennial generation. But the X generation always knew who they were. They were kind of like the kids that grew up with like Columbine and a lot of like weird scenarios like stranger danger and all this. But I think stranger danger is a big thing. Stranger danger is when like kids get used to talking to strangers like their teacher and doctors and things. Um, Stranger danger is kind of like don't talk to too many strangers, because if they know too much information, like they kind of play an influence in the child's life, which is a problem. So, X generation was independent latchkey kids. Don't open the door, don't look outside, don't be outside, type of latchkeys. So, that was kind of, the village didn't raise them. It was kind of like the apocalyptic era of child raising for most. So, depending on where you lived, and then in the 90s and 80s. But yeah, I was in New York right before 1994 is when they took away guns from like random people, like street people. And by that I mean like everybody had a gun in 1994, right before the ban on assault weapons, which were like hand pistols. Like you couldn't open carry hand pistols anymore. Um, so it was kind of like you had to have like a special concealment weapon and open carry weapon, license. So legislation changed the whole game of, gun carrying. It was weird. It was like overnight it happened. Anybody who was like carrying their gun got arrested. It was weird. So we had Six of Wands, which is interesting. There is the success in love, fulfilling a relationship goal, perfect match, hot date, deepening of a relationship, and feeling superior. So you kind of get like the alpha, the alpha kind of thing. I have a cat that's an alpha, and he's a Capricorn. And he's just happy in his own energy. So you're probably happy in your own energy too. Um, so this is kind of the energy that you were giving off. Like you love everybody, which is fantastic. So let's see. We have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. Not trusting your partner, suspicious of a partner, guilty, worry, regret of the past, emotional pain, anguish, self-deprecation, unhappy affairs. So there's some regrets that you have, or that this person that you were talking to had, and you were probably like very understanding, because most Capricorns are, about all like pre-depositions of other people. You're kind of like, well, that happened, but again, you're still here. Like, trying to look on the bright side, but be very more skeptical with the manner in which is being talked about. Like, you're kind of allowing them to come to their own conclusions about how the conversation's going without being too judgmental, which is very hard to do in certain aspects. If you kill somebody, that's your problem. If you bury somebody somewhere, it's your problem. The point is that if you weren't there, you're not really a suspect and you're not really a accessory. So if anybody tells you this in good consciousness, you know, you can do whatever you want with that information. But I feel like you tried to, like, be almost like a standoffish therapist on a date with somebody, and this person was spilling their guts to you, and you really didn't see it one way or the other. I feel like you were just, okay with everything they were saying. Like, you probably like a lot of, like, trouble cases, because you feel like you can ease their pain or, like, make them feel better or, change them, which I don't like saying the word change. It's more like they feel better around you or they feel like they're protected around you. And I feel like you fall for that case scenario a lot of times with sob stories of people, and you feel like you'd be that callous to help them be better people. But I can tell you this as a tarot reader and a spiritual, you know, influence. You cannot change a person and how they see themselves. You can only be supportive. And if they see it for themselves, then that's great. But usually in their chart, it doesn't change. So if they don't change, that's probably why. It's a more permanence type of thing. If they're a thief, they're going to stay a thief. If they're a prostitute, they're going to stay a prostitute. It's not anything that you can do for them, and it's not anything that you can influence them to change. It's kind of like you either take them as they are or you don't bother. But yeah, that's just my advice. So if you deal with stuff like that, what are you doing? There's Mittens. Mittens, come here, boo. Hey, bud. He's so cute. But yeah, he's been making all the noise. So if you've heard any of the noise behind me, that's where it is. So let's see. We have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a new perspective on love, changes in a romantic life or aspiration. So it's probably like one of those things that's probably too deep for you to get into, which is fine. A lot of people, they can only deal with similar situations and not like crazy like cases where the person just can't control themselves or see something better than what they're doing to themselves. But there is a way to suppress certain aspects of your personality. Um, and it's not like faking it, it's kind of trying to be a good person. But a lot of people, they can't change, really. Like, no leopard can change his spots. But yeah, I would just be very careful with this type of thing. We have the King of Pentacles. Well, of Wands, right? I think it's Wands. Peppermills are Wands. Okay, so an increase in skill used for good, desire, manifestation, willpower, originality, creativity, achievement, the things you daydream about. So you might kind of be one of these people that achieves a lot in a very short time. And it could be kind of like synergy, like you kind of get a group behind you to help you finish a project. So, like, no man's an island, but again, it's easier to work with a lot of people in a short period of time than it is to try to do stuff solo. Because with synergy, everybody's working towards the same goal, which lightens the workload and makes you leave early, from work. So you might be actually talking about some type of achievement that's like that with this person, trying to inspire them to do the right thing. So there's a Five of Pentacles. So there's poverty, bankruptcy, financial devastation, impoverishment, ill health, home loss, sickness, disease, recovery, charity, disaster, and business. So I feel like this person that you were talking to kind of had a lot of stuff going on. Or you could have had a lot of stuff going on and you were worried about losing your home or not finding equitable amount of work for like a side business. So, I feel like this person is kind of either on the down or you are on the up or vice versa. Because this conversation is like kind of like the devil's advocate talks to the devil to make a deal. Which which honestly, Capricorn, you're kind of the devil in the tarot deck, which isn't a bad thing. Most of the times you help people achieve things that they wouldn't normally achieve due to your advice and how you feel about certain issues. But yeah, I feel like this is more like a deal with the devil. We also have the death card here. So changes in a relationship, changes in romantic life, ending a relationship, outgrowing a relationship, new relationship, parting, accepting the inevitable, a relationship change that changes your lifestyle. So with this is a new beginning, and there's a part two to this. There's a home, happy home life, friendly, a familiar face or a family member that supports your journey. It could be, physical journey or spiritual journey. We have friends on your doorstep. We have a home that is comfortable. So this could have been a home move, or it could have been like you finally moved into a home, or you got yourself a place that's comfortable. So you don't feel like you're out of place with certain other toxic elements. I feel like you're better on your own than you are with somebody, which that's like that for some people. But I feel like it was a big thing to move from one extreme to the calmer waters. With my uncle, he was high on heroin a lot of times, and he almost tried to kill himself in the middle of a mall during the pandemic. He actually came in there with his Glock, and he tried to shoot himself in the face. There were so many security guards and police officers. It was disturbing. But yeah, there was a point in that whole thing. It was so embarrassing that me and my mom just walked out. We didn't want to help him anymore. We didn't want to try anymore. It was just the end of it. And I couldn't be on high alert or have, a fight or flight response the entire time. My whole alliance in my chart is Pisces in my sun, Libra in my moon, and then a rising in Gemini. I'm a very calm person usually. You can tell me anything and I'll try to help you. But like, I can't be in high energy all the time. Like, I need to cool off. I need to have a nice bath and read a good book, or knit. I can't be in extreme fire energy all the time. My uncle is like a Leo Sagittarius and then a Leo rising, and I'm like, I can't fucking fathom this shit. You know, you can't be in that fucking like stage energy all the time. It's not healthy. It's a toxic energy that constantly sets somebody else's world ablaze. You know, it's like you can be in your own energy and that's fine. But when you're getting into extreme toxic energy, it's like you're contaminating somebody else's lifestyle, frame of mind, and comfort zone, you know. With me, I'll garden, I'll knit, I'll try to help you, whatever. But I cannot be in an extreme place, situation, or aspect all the time. Most earth energies, such as Capricorn, can't do that either. They can go from high energy at work and then low energy at home. But your public persona is high energy, but your private life is very low energy because you need to store your energy for friends, family members, and coworkers and possible clients. So at work, that's mostly your basis of operation. So that's the high energy for you. And then at home, it's, you know, you have your cup of tea and then you binge watch whatever you want. Or, you know, you do your thing. But you can't be in high energy either. Most people that I know are in high energy all the time. They think that that's normal. I can't do that, you know. But I feel like in a lot of scenarios, you're kind of getting into that aspect too, where you'll just leave based on you can't handle it anymore. And like you're just like, I need comfortable scenarios. I'm not 21 anymore. I can't go from high energy to high energy, you know. It's too much. So we do have the Three of Swords in reverse. The Three of Swords is heartache, separation, infidelity, miscarriage, fertility issues, recovery, forgiveness, and moving on. And then we also have rejecting from pressuring lover, reuniting passions. So I feel like there's something to do with your fertility at the moment. With certain fertility clinics and stuff, some people, they got, you know, vasectomies or hysterectomies, whatever the case. That's when your reservoir of eggs or sperm is cut off. So then it stops you from having children. But I feel like in this case, it might have been just, you just don't want kids. And this person that you might have been with or dating might have wanted to have like 10 kids. And you were kind of like, you know, one's enough, or how many ever you have is enough. So that could have actually became an issue in your love relationship or potential love relationship. So we have, I use indigo. You could actually be using indigo people that are kind of troublemakers or high energy for like their energies. Their energies are very mellow and achievable. It's like a magic trick almost. Indigo people are kind of like me, but I'm a starseed, they're indigos. Indigo people are like, they're psychic, they can do things, they can make stuff happen, which honestly, it's a little out of this world. I've met a couple of them, they're not my cup of tea. I'm more of like the crystal child, where it was like, it's surprising I survived birth, you know, because I was kind of on and off. I came out as like a blue yellow child. They thought I was dead, so it's like, you know, I needed a lot of vitamins. So yeah, rainbow child. I love rainbow children. Like, they're the ones that right after somebody has a miscarriage, then you have like a rainbow child, and they're like so full of energy, so nice, just a friendly child. with crystal children, such as myself. It's a miracle I'm alive. And I'm really psychic. I'm really down to trying to figure out things, more like detective type. But I think my biggest thing is being an empath. Um, and I can kind of attract certain types of animals. My spirit animals, a frog and ravens and cats and stuff. I don't really like dogs. So, anyway. So, we have your meditative stones, which are malachite, garnet, and fluorine. Fluoride? Yeah, fluorite. Um, Fluorite's like a green purple stone, and then garnet is like almost like a black red jewel. Masonite kind of looks like rain ripples or like a green tiger eye. I don't really know how you'd explain that one. But yeah, these could help you like meditate into a higher energy. Okay? And kind of get you back to a meditative state where everything's balanced. Uh, if I were you, I would also look up um, meditative crystals for Capricorn because I feel like you might be going through a lot, so you might need different stones than what I have wrote down. Um, I think there's like a blue stone. I keep forgetting what it is. I think it's like corpinite. Corpinite's really pretty. It's like a blue purple stone. And something else, which honestly I haven't been like 100% looking at all the stones for each one of the signs, but you might need more than what I've given you here, which is only 3 of them. I would also like to tell you that you should also find out what your rising sign is and find the stones for that one as well. The rising signs are probably going to be the best ones to get. Like if you have Gemini and then you have Capricorn and you put all those stones together while you're meditating, like in a bowl or in a bag or something, and you just hold them on you while you're meditating, you'll get certain energies and revelations about your past, present, and future. Because right now, since we have a couple couple of dark planets around us, you can actually predict the future really on low energy. Like it's interesting. So you might want to do that, and also make sure that you eat well, rest, and relax. I feel like some people don't relax enough. So anyway, Capricorn, I will see you in the next reading. Hopefully this helped you out, and I'll see you then, okay? Later.